In 2024, something odd happened. A little quartz watch was seemingly everywhere, and of course, I use that turn of phrase from the perspective of us watch people that follow all of the things that is going on in our industry. I admit I quite liked it, but it didn't exactly awaken that frequently over-exercised feeling of desire of a new watch. I was chatting to Matt a little back and forth, but nothing eventuated. I was busy, and he also had his watch on far bigger channels than mine, so on we went our merry separate ways. But here we are in 2025, and I had the version 2 of the HZ1 built as the perfect everyday watch, and I get why so many were excited about it. There is something quite classic about its design, and the curved day complication and rounded date makes it look almost a little like a vintage submarine gauge or something like that. I think a fair contribution to its success is also its price, which at 349 Australian dollars or 224 US dollars is very affordable. So let's get excited about a battery-driven watch and get to know it a bit better. Despite being such a cost-effective piece, we get a nice genuine leather watch pouch, which is not only reusable, but nice quality too. But let's cover sizes first up. I'm measured at 38.4mm diameter and 46mm lug to lug. Lug width is 20mm and is 10.2mm thick. On the strap, it weighs in at just over 46 grams, in no small part due to the titanium case. It's water resistant to 100 meters. Being so incredibly light, I think it's less odd on a quartz watch than mechanical. What do you think? Is that what you would expect here? Moving on to the dial, there are three unusual aspects to me here. There is no logo, there's a large day complication, and an unusual number at just above the date complication. The day complication is one of those things to me that would be useful when you're on extended leave, where days blend into each other, but at other times not so much. It looks good though with the curved window. Having no logo is a gutsy move for a first release, and putting it as a feature on the back is a commendable approach in my book. So what's with this 32.768 Hz print at just above the date complication then? Well, in 1880, scientists discovered that quartz crystals vibrate when exposed to an electrical current. Most quartz watches are designed to consistently vibrate at a frequency of 32,768 times per second. The electronic circuit within the movement will count the number of vibrations per second and send an electrical impulse to the motor every 32,768 vibrations, which moves the second hand forward by 1 second, creating an extremely accurate movement which eventually brought on what is known to us weirdos as the quartz crisis, where mechanical watches went out of fashion very quickly in the 70s and 80s. The steel circle in the middle here has the same circular brush as the fixed bezel, which looks suitably industrial, and the surrounding grooves looks upon closer inspection to possibly have been 3D printed with the numbers integrated within. It's a great effect, and you have to get pretty close to realize they are not applied. The white paint contains some lume, which we'll return to. The minute track with its large 5 to 60 seconds adds just the right amount of texture. It's a good looking dial that certainly doesn't look like your average shopping center window low cost quartz watch. The needle-tipped hour and minute hands are easy to see and complementary to the overall design, and the red-tipped seconds hand ties in well with the only other red detail on the watch printed on the dial. Definitely worth mentioning is that at least on my model, it's the first quartz watch I've handled that doesn't say Grand Seiko, that hits the second markers almost exactly spot on. And if that doesn't appear to be the case in the video, it's likely some lens distortion to blame. Well done on this at this price. It's a good looking watch that it's actually even better in person. Perhaps you dismissed it like me and you are now coming across it again in today's video. It's worth a look if so. The fixed bezel is circular brush as discussed and holds in place a sapphire crystal with 3 layers of AR coating on the underside that is quite effective. The case is titanium as mentioned and is a classic look with long lugs, all brushed except polished lines to soften up the edges. And on that, unlike many watches I handle, there are absolutely no hard or sharp edges anywhere. I also very much like the large crown that is signed and screw-in. Unscrewing this crown and turning it anti-clockwise adjusts the day of the week and takes a few turns interestingly, and clockwise sets the date. Flipping the watch over, we get the usual specs and a lovely logo as mentioned. No see-through case back here, unlike Matt's HZ1 model, which I've also covered. Ticking way behind here is Switzerland headquartered Ronda's 507 quartz movement, which you can expect close to 4 years of battery life from, and accuracy of -10 to +20 seconds a month. My model is the black watch obviously, with a matching black leather strap. It's signed, and once again high quality and a very good titanium buckle that's signed with 37,768 Hz. Excellent work. But it also has quick release spring bars, so it's easy to swap over if you want to try other options. So let's have a look. The Lume is strongest on the hands, which is as it should be. Quartz doesn't have the romance of mechanical and never will, but does it make sense to adopt the super accurate, almost no maintenance technology and create a high quality offering microbrand? Yes, clearly it does. And unlike your smartwatch, this battery lasts for a few years with no charging, and when it comes to changing it, you can easily do it yourself with some eBay or Amazon tools, or get it done in 20 minutes at your local shopping center. And when you do, it's likely for less than $30, unlike a mechanical watch service, which is likely 20 to 50 times that. There are many G-Shocks in the watch boxes of ours, and we like them for their grab and go flexibility. So why not have something that looks as good as this, supports a one-man brand with a good vision, and will likely show you the right time, day and date? This, my friends, is what they call a rhetorical question. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time.